Hi, my name is Nathan Abbott. I am General Managing Director for Opera on Tap Houston. Opera on Tap is an international nonprofit 501c that aims to bring opera to people who've never been to classical music, to the symphony, or to the opera. Uh, right now, because of the pandemic, that means that we are online. Everyone should be home, so we're streaming to people's homes. So thank you for inviting us in. We are also streaming on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch tonight, and also streaming to Opera on Tap New York and Emmy and Harry's, your online live arts destination curated by Opera on Tap. If you like tonight's program and you're interested in more, and you want to see performers from all over the country, make sure to go out and check out Emmy and Harry's. It's a fantastic group, and there are a wide, diverse range of performances there. Our usual MC, Ramin, is taking the month to get acclimated to his new teaching environment. We wish him the best, and he'll be back with us very soon. Tonight's program is What Makes Me the Artist I Am Today. We sent out a request to our singers asking for a piece that meant something to them artistically, be that something that worked well with them in auditions and in competitions, be it someone who be it a piece that brings them joy or brought them some sort of inspiration. We really wanted to get to know the artists behind the piece. Tonight's program features 13 artists. We have 4 new singers we'd like to welcome: Jessica Powell, Brianna Colmorgan, Michael Colmorgan, and Karen Phelps. Also, we'd like to welcome back Natalie Connor, Julia Engel, Aaron McDaniels, Emily Robinson, Grace Roman, Abby Powell, Luisana Rivas, and Kathleen Ruledger. And of course me. I will also be singing tonight. Let's see. Also, a very, very special thanks to Andrea Moot. She was the collaborative pianist who recorded all of the tracks and recorded with us at St. Luke's this evening. So without much more ado, I'm going to play the first track. They are going to each introduce their aria.
Hello, my name is Erin McNeils, and I'm really looking forward to sharing this aria, Je dis que rien ne m'épouvante, with you today. This aria is special to me because it came to me in a time in my life where I really needed to be revived musically and personally. I was about 2 years out of my undergraduate program, and my audition rep just wasn't working for me anymore. So I went to a coach, and she told me to scrap all my old rep and start fresh. And this was one of the arias she suggested that I learn. It was scary, I was worried, but it turned out to be a fantastic suggestion. I got jobs, I got auditions, and I got into grad school because of this aria, and it is one of my favorites. So I owe a huge thank you to Amy Tate Williams at the Nashville Opera. Thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting Opera on Tap.
Henry Purcell's If Music Be the Food of Love. I chose this song because I had an album of Sylvia McNair called Hark the Echoing Air of all Henry Purcell music when I was in middle school. And this music to me was like the ideal, crystalline, beautiful soprano singing and everything that I wanted to sing. Now, I no longer want to sing exactly like Sylvia McNair because I want to sing exactly like myself, Emily Louise Robinson. But I still hold her as this idea of gorgeous, pure singing that is to be achieved sometimes. Henry Purcell taught me about how music isn't just the dots and the lines on the pages. Yes, the composer's given you an outline of what you want to do, but there are certain things, certain ornaments or appoggiatures that you can add to make it truly your own music. And this sort of extemporaneous joy that you can add to music really opened a world to me. And this is true in bel canto, even in classical music, classical era that is. When we don't think that we can do this, we actually can. Even up to obviously now in jazz. So this whole world of possibility exists that we can add some of our own personality to our music. And I think for me, Henry Purcell really opened that up for me. Finally, I chose this specific piece, If Music Be the Food of Love, because we're all struggling to make music together right now. And I think that in life, music is a way to give my love to other people. And I think that love is the most important thing that you can have in your life. I don't mean romantic love specifically. I mean love for our brothers, our sisters, and all of humankind. And I think that the broader that circle of love is, the better your life will be and the more enriched every day will be for you. So this is If Music Be the Food of Love.
Till I am filled Andrea and I are going to be performing Gretchen am Spinnrade, one of Schubert's masterpieces of art song. I first heard this song when I was a senior in high school when I was 17 years old, and my choir director, Mrs. Shannon, decided that we all needed to learn what an art song was. So she played us Gretchen am Spinnrade and talked about how cool it was that the piano accompaniment was such an important part of the song and telling the story because it depicts the spinning wheel. So Gretchen's sitting at her spinning wheel. She's thinking all about this man she's in love with and how desperately she wants to be with him and to hold him and to kiss him. And so I fell in love with this song and fell in love with the whole idea of art song where the voice and the piano are this perfect partnership in expressing the poetry. And so later that year, I was asked to sing in a women's club music competition. And I thought, well, I'll sing that song, not knowing how wildly inappropriate it was for a 17-year-old girl who'd never taken a voice lesson before to sing this really difficult art song. But no one stopped me. So I went ahead, I learned it. I did it for this competition. And my mom came to see the performance and she knew that I was having fun in choir and everything and that I liked to sing, but she had never heard me sing a classical solo before. And so I sang and all the people around her, all the other women at the luncheon were like, oh, she's gonna win. She's really good. And I did win and it was super exciting. And afterwards she told me like she couldn't even speak because she was so blown away hearing me sing this classical music and being so expressive and really loving every minute of it. So I will always have fond memories of that, and this song has a very special place in my heart because it kindled my love for art song, and it was kind of like my mom's first glimpse into what I was going to do with my life. So enjoy. Meine Ruhe ist still, mein Herz ist schwer. Ich finde sie nehme und nehme mehr. Wo ich ihn nicht hab, ist mir das Grab. Die ganze Welt ist mir vergällt. Mein armer Kopf ist mir verrückt. Mein armer Sinn ist mir zerstückt. Meine Ruhe ist hin, mein Herz ist schwer. Ich finde sie nehme und nehme mehr. Nach ihm nur schau ich zum Fenster hinaus, nach ihm nur geh ich aus dem Haus. Sein hoher Gang, sein
Enjoying tonight's program, I invite you to consider making a donation to Opera on Tap. We accept donations through our Facebook page and through PayPal and Venmo at Opera on Tap. If you are interested in sponsoring a broadcast like tonight, please reach out to me at houston@operoontap.com. You can also show support by liking and following us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at OOT Houston. Now, on to my piece. In the arts, the saying, make it work, is almost synonymous with the show must go on. I don't believe that any composer knows that more than the composer of the next piece, Erich Korngold. Having to flee his home country during World War II, being blacklisted in his home country, having to learn a whole new trade, and in a world completely foreign to himself, he still made a name for himself and became famous in the world of movie soundtracks. The opera Die Tote Stadt is kind of the longing of death. It is how we all grieve. It is a letting go of mortality. And the aria that I'm about to perform is kind of a foreshadowing of that plot. It's what we give up to be performers, be it our puppy love, be it our family, be it our homeland. We are often called to go quite far in order to achieve our dreams as artists. So here is Erich Korngold's Die Tote Stadt. This is Peri Tanzlied's, the Pierrot's Tanzlied. Sorry.
Mein
And I will be singing Mi chiamo no Mimi from La Boheme. And this piece is so special to me because I originally sang this when I was actually about 14 years old, when I was in the 8th grade. And I sang it with my piano teacher at the time, Miss Lynn. And she was the first one to really introduce me to the world of classical singing. And for all you voice teachers out there, you might be thinking, whoa, she's singing an aria from La Boheme in 8th grade. But for me, it was just fabulous. It was the first opera that I saw live in person, and Miss Lynn was the one that really just introduced me to this whole world of opera and of classical singing. And I think of her every time I sing this aria. Please enjoy Mi chiamo no Mimi from La Boheme.
La storia mia è breve reina che vien fuori d'ora in guardonare.
Connor, and on this evening's performance, I will be singing a song by Ernest Charles called When I Have Sung My Songs to You. And I really love this song. I especially love one of the lines of text in this song that reads, "When I have sung my songs to you, I'll sing no more." And I always interpret the you of this song to be music. And when I step back and I think about the profound way that music has shaped my life, I always feel so grateful. I know that my experiences in music have led me to meet incredible people, one of those people being my husband. It's allowed me to travel places I would have never gotten to go before and have such rich experiences that I know only happened because of music. And because of how grateful I feel for all of those things, I want to be able to relish every experience that I have in music. And when I have sung all the songs that I can sing, be content with singing no more, because I know that the experiences I had in music were so rich, were so full, that I don't need any other experiences. So that's what this song means to me, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Hi. If you've been enjoying tonight, I really hope you consider making a donation to Opera on Tap. Again, we accept donations through our Facebook page and through PayPal and Venmo at Opera on Tap. You can also show your support by liking and following us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at OOT Houston. Also, we'd like to thank our friend Marvin Gaspard and St. Luke's Presbyterian Church for allowing us to use their space and wonderful instrument to record most of today's live stream. We really appreciate your gracious support and wonderful hospitality. Tonight's show would not have been possible nor as good without your support. Thank you.
My name is Julia Engel. I'm a soprano, and I'm really excited to be singing with Opera on Tap for this virtual concert. I chose the song Nacht und Träume by Schubert because it was assigned to me my sophomore year of college to help me with German diction class. And not only did it do that for me, but it also taught me how to really sing a legato line and sing through my consonants. And it's one of my all-time favorite Schubert songs to sing. And particularly within the last few months, the text has really been speaking to me. I love the idea of just going back to sleep and being back in a dreamland, but we all know that we can't do that. Right. What are you doing? He's such a ham. I don't know where he gets it from. Well, thank y'all so much and enjoy.
Tuning in. I am doing Voi che sapete today. And the reason why is because this piece really represents a new beginning for me. And I'll explain. The year was 2007. I was very young, starting voice lessons after singing choir for a number of years. And my teacher, who was very young too, had the sense to say, hey, you know what? You might be a lower voice. So for a whole year, I was introduced to the wonderful, amazing world of pantros, which I love so much. And the repertoire felt great, and I was super confident. And then Venezuela's political situation started to get a little bit complicated, so my parents moved the family to Panama City, Panama. And I landed with a teacher
who had an active performance career in clarinet, and she taught voice. And for about 6 years, I was treated as a soprano. I remember always being really, really uncomfortable in that register, singing the soprano register and repertoire. And I remember asking my teacher, well, will I ever be able to sing these high notes correctly? Will I ever be comfortable? And she said, you know what? You don't have a lot of high. You don't have high notes, so don't worry about it, because you'll never be able to do it. And I left that teacher. When I came to the US, 15 minutes into my first lesson with my American teacher, he said, you're actually a mezzo, so let's, do away with all this soprano crap. And the first thing he gave me was Voi che sapete. So I got to revisit that. I did a scene, I did Non so più in the opera scenes, and I was just a happy camper again. And ever since then, it's just been a journey of healing my voice, returning to some healthy singing, and then building back my confidence. And I love Panstrels and I love Cherubino because his journey is about finding who he is. And if anything, Cherubino is authentic all the time. That's why he gets in trouble. All right, enjoy the rest of the concert, and please donate to Opera on Tap. They're such a great organization, and they're doing the Lord's work. Thanks, y'all.
Voi che sapete che cosa è amor, donne vedete scivolò nel cor, donne vedete scivolò nel cor, quello che ho provato vi ridirò, e per me nuovo capir non so, sento un affetto pien di desir, cora ed eletto, cora e martir, cielo e poi sento l'alma vampar, e in un momento torno a gelar, ricerco un bene fuori di me, non so chi il tiene, non so cos'è, sospiro e gemo senza voler, palpito tremo senza saper, non trovo pace notte né dì, ma per me piace languir così. Voi che sapete che cosa è amor, donne verete scivolò nel cor, donne vedete scivolò nel cor, donne vedete scivolò nel cor.
Managing Diva of Personnel and Programming for the Houston chapter of Opera on Tap. What this means is that I'm responsible for finding all of these wonderful performers and putting together these fantastic shows for you. If you are a Houston area singer or pianist, we want to collaborate with you. If you're interested in joining our team, feel free to reach out to me via email at anna@operaontap.com. That's ANNA. Or you can shoot us a message on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll be sure to get back to you. For now, if you've been to our in-person shows, you probably recognize me as the person who runs around with the opera hat, and I miss doing that, so I wanted to give you a little taste for our online shows.
Brianne Colmorgan, and I will be singing Song to the Moon from Dvorak's Rusalka. This piece has always held a special place in my heart. I've loved it since I was an undergrad, and when I finally got to perform it, it enhanced my love for opera. I've carried it with me for the past couple of years, and I've always really connected to this beautiful melody. So please enjoy Song to the Moon.
Sit unherrlich, du schlitzt was nie. Und zählt aufs von min Kopfs vor dir. Der sieht, kochen nicht was nie, nicht was nie.
I'm Abby, and if you know anything about me as an artist, you know I have a little bit of a flair for the dramatic. So this song in particular warrants a pretty big explanation, and I'm hoping the explanation is not longer than the song itself, but I will try. So this song got me grounded. This incredibly delicate, mysterious piece of music, classical piece of music by Benjamin Britten, got me grounded when I was 13 years old. And sorry, mom and dad, but not sorry. It was worth it. So when I was 13 years old, I lived in Jakarta, Indonesia. And one of the few remaining vestiges of teenage American life that I had in the early 90s living in Jakarta, Indonesia, was a magazine called Sassy Magazine. I doubt anyone here remembers it. It was an indie magazine back when indie actually meant something. And at the back of Sassy Magazine was, there were a bunch of like chat lines or hotlines that you could call, nothing untoward, but there was a hotline that you could call to listen to exciting new music that was about to be released. It hadn't been released yet, but it was about to come out. So remember, we're still tethered to landlines in the early 90s, and international calling, whether or not it says it's toll-free, it's not toll-free to call from halfway across the world to the other side. So anyway, one day I called in and I thought, well, you know, maybe it won't be that expensive. Maybe it'll only be like $1 or something, and I won't like it and I'll just hang up. So I called in, and I listened to a couple of snippets from Jeff Buckley's record, Grace. And the standout hit of that record was Last Goodbye. And it is arguably one of the best through composed pieces of music written in that decade. But I'm digressing. I only got to hear the first 30 seconds of any song that I listened to. And when I got to Corpus Christi Carol, I was just captivated. I thought it was one of the most amazing, mystical, strange things I'd ever heard. And I really wanted to hear the rest of the song. So anyway, I called in every day for a month just to hear 30 seconds of that song because it meant so much to me. And then at the end of the month, the phone bill came and I couldn't listen to it anymore. I had to wait for the record to come out. And even then, I was grounded. I didn't have any allowance. I couldn't buy it. So anyway, I will admit that I loved classical music already before I heard this song. When I first heard this song, I didn't even know that it was classical music. I just thought it was beautiful music and mysterious music. The text is an allegory of the crucifixion of Christ. Christ is sort of a knight in this song, and he's very steadfast. So to me, Christian or not, it's kind of inconsequential. It's a ballad about steadfastness, which really appeals to me. And it's just so mystical. This song and Jeff Buckley's performance on it on the album Grace solidified the artist that I am today, because in realizing that this badass rock star had lent his own interpretation to this piece of incredibly highbrow classical church music, it just revealed an entirely new world of intelligence and sensitivity and artistry to me. I hope you enjoy it.
orchard there was an owl that was hanged with purple and pole, and in that hall there was a bed. It was hanged with gold so red. Lolly, 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 lolly. The falcon hath borne my milk away. In that bed there lieth a knight, his wound is bleeding day and night. By that bedside kneeleth a maid, and she weepeth both night and day. Lolly, 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 lolly. The falcon hath borne my milk away, and by that bedside there standeth a stone, Corpus Christi written thereon.
My name is Karen Cecilia Phelps. I am a mezzo-soprano from Central Massachusetts, currently living in Houston, Texas. I'm super excited to share Flickan kom ifrån sin älsklingsmöte by Jean Sibelius with you today. This is a piece that's been with me for many years. I originally performed it on my senior recital in my undergrad at the Hart School of Music. And I always come back to it. I've used it for competitions, for party pieces. It's just one of those pieces that really has had an effect on me and has stayed with me because of how much I love to sing it and how much I love, really, the characters in it. Because it's this super compact, tiny little piece. And what I think I've really learned from performing it over and over again is that it's possible to pack so much information into such a short amount of time on stage. So though this is a song, it's helped me in my acting and in my opera career because it's given me the ability to take these three characters that are really distinct in the piece, the mother, the narrator, and the young girl who's having these trysts with her lover. And it's given me the chance to really show a very quick change in acting and in personality, and that's translated to my own acting in my professional career. The other reason I truly love this piece is because I am proud of my own Finnish heritage, so in searching for something that would reflect that part of me, I was so excited in my undergraduate years when I was just new, fresh face out into the world to find these pieces, or actually being shown these pieces by a wonderful coach of mine, because they are just the epitome of that sound and that soundscape of that area of the world, in my opinion. And for that reason, I just truly love it. I think that it paints such a picture, it tells such a story, and it gives so much to the singer to be able to communicate with my audience. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope to sing again for you soon. Thanks.
Flickan kom ifrån sin
We hope you've been enjoying tonight's program. If you can and are so inclined, we accept donations through our Facebook page and through PayPal and Venmo at Opera on Tap. Please tune in next month to our live stream Bach to School, featuring music about learning, education, and growing up. Our live stream will be 8 Central on September 25th. And after that, we will be doing our annual Oktoberfest live stream October 30th. So stay tuned for those.
I will be singing Dei miei volenti spiriti from La Traviata by Verdi. This song means so much to me. I started learning it when I was in my undergrad, and I continued to sing this song in my graduate studies and beyond. It's when I really started to hear the changes in my voice, and I could finally know that all of my hard work that I put in really came and paid off in the end. Lunge da lei, per me non va di letto. Volaron già 3 lune, da che la mia Violetta oggi per me lasciò dovizie, onori e le pompose feste. O vaglio oggi avvezza, vedi schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza. Ed or contenta in questi ameni luoghi tutto scorda per me. Qui presso lei il giovanile adore, e la tempro complacido, sorriso dell'amor, dal di che disse vivere, io voglio te fedel, dell'universo in memoria, io vivo quasi in ciel, da di che disse vivere, io voglio te fedel, ah sì, dell'universo in memoria, io vivo quasi in ciel, io vivo in ciel, dell'universo in memoria, io vivo quasi in cielo, sì, io vivo quasi in cielo, io vivo quasi in cielo.
Is Jessica Crow, and today you will hear me singing Donde lieta usci from Puccini's La Bohème. This aria very much is an aria that made me. It has been very important to me along my journey as a young singer. I first learned this piece in my undergrad, and after singing it a lot, in front of my peers and teachers, I eventually took it into competition, and it helped me place and continue through quite a few competitions. And then it was actually the aria that I sang for my Rice University audition that got me into the Shepherd School of Music opera program. So it has been a very important piece for me. I think it taught me a lot about musicality and about singing passionately with your whole heart, but also reserved and gentle. So this piece is extremely important to me, and I really hope that you enjoy it.
Senza rancore
Well, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for watching, and we really hope you enjoyed tonight's program. Don't forget to come back for our upcoming events, September 25th and October 30th. Also, if you feel inclined, donations to Opera on Tap on Facebook, Venmo, or PayPal. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at OOT Houston. You'll have a great night.